Welcome guys to my first tutorial on Revit. So basically what we will be doing is we will be working on modeling basic elements that we like to call families. So a family just represents a column, beam, a slab, and so on. Right now you get this there's two sections in Revit. When you open Revit, you get the models and then you get the families. So we will be going and we will be using the second part in this tutorial. We will be creating families. Now you want to go to new and you want to say English, and you want to, because we in South Africa, so what we use is we use metric system. So you will get imperial, because we are in South Africa, we use metric system. So I want to basically what I want to start with is I want to start with my foundation. So I'm gonna just open that, and basically you have two planes. We call them reference planes, and it's in by default. So you will have a sense of idea of how you want to create your footing. So you basically have this thing sketched out somewhere already, or it's in your head. And for me, I want to do a box shape foundation with 4 piles. So what I do is I say RP, and then I start drawing in my reference planes. So let's just do that. And when you are done basically with this, sorry for the music. Neighbors, they're a bit loud now. Guess they are enjoying their Friday. It's a bad day for me to make a recording, but yeah. So we say DI, and then I insert my dimensions. So basically what we do is we say EQ, and the reason why we are EQing these dimensions right here, it's because we want to set constraints. So constraints means that the modeler, he can't change it unless he goes into the family and then edit it. But we will be inserting parameters, and the parameter is something that you can change. So we want to name that width, and this we want to name that length. So basically when you are done with it, you want to go to create, and then you say extrusion, and then you select box, and then the box shape, you draw it, and then you lock your extrusions to your reference planes, and then you say finish. So now when you have this, what you want to do is you want to make sure that you align them. So you say AL, and then when you select something, usually when you hover over it, and then it's gonna highlight it with blue. Now you know that when you highlight it, it's gonna show, it's gonna give you a short description here in this panel. So that's telling me that I'm hovering over my reference plane. So I select that, and then the next one is telling me that I'm hovering over my extrusion, my shape. So I select that, and then I lock it, which is the same for this. Say escape, AL again, then do the same, then say escape again, do the same for this one, say escape again, do the same for this one, say escape again, and then we what we do is we troubleshoot. And when you troubleshoot, this means that you basically check if your shape is working and functioning the way you want it to function. So now we have length, and basically I'm just gonna make that 2400 for now, and then the same for this one. I'm gonna make this 2400, and then say apply. And when I apply that, you can see that it changed. Let's just do it again. Let's say 3000. We say okay, and there you can see that it basically changed. For me, let's just move this out of the way so that we have a workable area. And the reason why I'm making it so big now is because um, I want to actually draw in my pile as well, my pile footing, pile caps. Okay, so now we want to start with our okay, let me just open up my 3D model so that I'm sure that everything is working according. So I say WT, okay, and then I see that I forgot something, ZA to zoom in, basically to get it into to fit the screens. So basically I see I want to still change my thickness. So what I do is I go to come here, then I go to front view, and then what you can see here is that you didn't assign the thickness yet. So I say RP again for reference plane, and basically what I do is I draw in my reference plane, and then what I do is I say AL, and then select that one, half over that, and then half over that one, lock it, and then basically now I say DI for dimensions, and what I want to do is, okay, I want to say RP again, and then basically do the same for the spot here as well. I want to draw in this reference plane here. um, Now what I want to do is I want to say DI dimension, then I want to basically, okay, so what I also want to do is I want to lock it. So I say AL, select that one, and then the extrusion shape, and then lock that, and then I say DI dimension, and just do that, come here and change that to thickness, foundation thickness, and then after that what I want to do is I also want to check out if I want to do a troubleshoot, see if it's functioning, make it 1000, which is 1 meters. Say apply, see if it's changing. It does change. Say okay, so which means that it's working now. So there you can see that we have that. So what I want to do next is excuse me, so what I want to do next is go back to my plane view, and then I want to start inserting my reference plane for this shape here. And what I want to do is I actually want to find the center point. So I know that this is 3000, so it's 1005, 1005, so 700, 1001, so it's 750 according to my calculations. So what I will do is I will say draw a line DL, let's just say DL. It's not working now, so let's say RP reference plane, and we insert it, and we go DI, then we EQ this. Let me just make sure that I'm selecting the reference plane, and then I EQ that line. Now that we know that it's equal, I also want to say DI. No, what I want to do now is extend that a bit to the same here. So now what I want to do is I want to draw another reference plane, but in this direction. So 750. Okay, let me just draw it in for now. And then what I want to do is I want to say DI dimension, make sure that I select the reference plane, and then EQ that, and then move it out of the way. So basically what's gonna happen is I'm gonna say okay, I'm gonna say reference plane again, and then I'm gonna draw it in this side, and then what I want to do is I want to select it and then go to mirror, and then I want to mirror it so that it flips to the other side. The same for this side. I say okay, let me just extend it a bit. Let me extend it as well. extend this one as well. So what I do is I do the same RP for reference plane. um, Insert that side, the same for this one, and then what I do is I say DI for dimensions, and then what I do is I EQ them. Okay, so basically let's make this 350. That's why let's make this one 350, and then I select it now, and then I EQ it. So the same for this one, this side I say DI, and then I EQ that one, and then basically we have our box shape for our pile. So now all we need to do is we need to start drawing in our pile. So I go to create extrusion, box rectangle, select that, lock them, and then basically say my extrusion end must be a minus, let's say if I think it's going to be about 2000 meters, and then that's how we create it. Say apply, and then check that it's supposed to be at the bottom. Let's just see if I go that side. There we go, there we have it. So what I want to do as well is I want to say DI, come here, select that, same here, and then what I want to do is I want to call this one oh, I want to call that pile length. This side I want to call it pile width. So after that what you want to do is you want to basically check, you want to troubleshoot again. So then you go there, and then you make sure that, let me just move this. Yeah, so when you change your pile length, let's make that okay. So and then also what you want to do is just say copy, and then your formula, you create something like that. The same for this one, you say copy the formula for that. So now you say your length is equal to your width, and your pile width is equal to your length, and then you say apply. Okay, so now you see that everything is working. So after that what you want to do then is you just want to copy this, do the same. We select all of this. Okay, made a mistake. So basically what I do is I say TI, select that plane, this one, and that reference plane, and EQ that. Then I do the same for this side. Then I EQ that, and then I basically copy this from here to there. So what we do is we select all of that, and then we mirror it to the side. So now basically when we change the footing, let me just troubleshoot, see if it does work. So let's say I make this 500, and I apply to see if it's gonna work, and then I see, okay, it does work. So everything is working, and um, just make sure. Okay, uh, so what I want to do is I want to flip that because it didn't flip those ones. So what I want to see is if I change it, if it's gonna work. Let's change it back to 700. Let's change that one also back to 700. Apply. So it does work. So yeah, so basically if you use the mirror tool, it's copying the settings as well. But what I can see is that everything is functioning. Actually, I must just make sure that these ones, that they are, let me just delete them. This you have to make sure of dimensions, that they are actually well connected to those ones. So I just want to double check if they are connected properly, and then I see that they are. So let's just check again. The last time 500, 500, apply. Okay, so they stay center, stay center, stay center. So after that, what we want to do is our height, the pile height, or the pile, yeah, um, just link it to the reference plane, to the reference plane, or to the level. I think, yeah, I will link it to the level. um, so what I want to do is I want to call this the pile height, and I say okay. Okay, so you want to say AL, and you want to align this one with that one, lock it. So now you know that you align one of them. So if you change the height to, let's say, 4000, you say apply. Okay, so you will find that only two changed. So same will do for this one. You will say align and choose that one, choose AL, and we choose these ones, and we lock them, and let's check it again. Let's make it 3000, apply. Okay, so there's one that we didn't lock yet, so we lock it. $3,000 again. So now we know that that all four is aligned to the pilot, or it's assigned to the pilot. So after that, what I want to do is I want to say RP again for reference plane, and then I want to insert my pile head. So this I want to name pile head, and then what I want to do is I actually want to um, start with my pile head. So what I want to do is go there and then just say set plane, and then say I want to work on that plane. Say okay. So they're telling me that I have to go to one of those views. Set plane again, file head, which is the one that I just assigned. And then after that, what you want to do is you want to come to blend, and you want to select the rectangle. Then after that, what you want to do is you want to basically draw over that box, and you want to lock it, and then you want to edit the top. So this section you basically want to change to minus, let's say maybe minus 500. You say apply. So when you go to your front side, um, let's say you say okay, sketch is empty. Oops, minus 500. Oh, okay. So then you want to do is you want to come there, you want to pick a line, then you want to say, let's say 40 maybe, and then you want to offset from that center 40, 40, from this one 40, 40 as well. And then what you want to do is let's just zoom in there. You want to go to your trim, or you want to say TR, and then you want to basically trim this. uh, then you want to basically zoom out. When you zoom out, um, you want to say finish, and that's how it's gonna look like. So let's just rotate, see if it does look okay. It does. So basically what you also want to do now is you want to put in reference planes. So we'll just come here, zoom in a bit, and then say RP. It does get a bit hectic, like the work does get a lot, so you need to be very focused. And then after that, what you want to do is you want to basically mirror this one. The same for that one. You want to say RP, reference plane. You draw that in, and then you basically say, you select that, and then basically what you do is say DI, dimension that out, you EQ that, same here, dimension that out, and you EQ that, and then you wanna do that. So this is your let me just zoom out, width. So what you want to do is you want to say parallel width, and then the same for this one. You want to say file it length. Yeah, you want to say file it length. You say okay. So after that, what you want to do is, it does get a bit crowdy. You might want to just move that out. Okay, it's fine. Um, let's just zoom out, and basically that's how you usually we just we make sure that this doesn't um, interfere with the sketch. So we try to move it just outside the sketch, and but this won't appear in your drawings. So trying to find the move point, but it's fine. Okay. So after this, what you want to do is you basically want to zoom out, and um, then that's when you want to actually copy your you actually want to mirror this one. Well, let's just focus on the one first. I have to pin that one first. um, so what you want to do is you want to pin it, so say a line, pin this there, that one there, lock it. The same with this one, you pin this. So you go to blended shape, you pin that. um, so after that what you want to do is you want to check if everything is working. Pile length, so you have pile length and width. So basically this will also be the same as this. Let me just use this one. Oh, I made a mistake there. So I want to edit that one. And then this is basically where you, let's just use this, copy formula, say apply. And then I want to see if I change this, let's make that maybe 100, and I want to see if it's going to change. Let's just see if I go there. You see, so um, now that I troubleshoot, when I zoom in, I see that there's something wrong. It doesn't change. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say AL. I'm going to align this with that one. So now I just need to find out what was wrong. So I'm trying to outspeak the volume of the music. So basically, that's why I'm increasing my tone. So what's happening now is that we have to go to to our plane there, and then basically this year you want to say, hey, yeah, you want to align this. Constraints are not sanctified. Okay, so um, let's just undo that again, and then go AL, align this with it, lock it first, do the same with this one, align this with that one, lock it, that one with this one, lock it, that one with this one, lock it, and then okay, and then what we do is we come and then we do the check again. So now I say 100, and then it's supposed to work. It does work. Okay, so now what I want to do is zoom out. So what's gonna happen is I'm gonna copy this, and then I'm gonna mirror it that way. Zoom out, mirror this one, that side. You also want to check the length. We'll check that now if it's working. And then what you want to do is you select that one, go to mirror, and then let's go to the front view, and then just make sure that we have all of them extended. So we say align, we lock, okay. So now it's supposed to work all four of them. So let's say 600, and there we can see that it's working. The pile height, let's say if I want that to be about 5,000, let's see if it's gonna work. Okay, so what we can see is that this is not connected to that one, so I have to align this one and lock it, and the same for so let's check again. That's how you troubleshoot to see if it's giving you mistakes or not. So let's make that 4,000 this time. Apply OK. check it again. Let's make it 3000. Let's make it 2000. Let's make it 5000 again. So it's working. Um, and then let's check the thickness as well. Let's make that 1000 or 800, 850. Okay, it's working. Now this, let's check our pile length. Let's make that 600, 500 again. Or let's make it 600, 700. Apply. Okay. So it worked. Let's go again. Let's make it 600 this time. Okay, let me just zoom out to see if it's working on all of them. Exit there. Zoom in. Let's say right now it's 600, so let's make it 500. Apply. Okay. And then I see that it's working everywhere. It's 500, 500, 5, 5, 5, 5, 500. So same for my pile length and width. Let's make that 40, or not, let's make it 150. Apply. Okay. 150, 150, 150. Does it look like 150? Okay, guys, 150. So 150, 150, 150, 150. So it did work. Check on my 3D model if there's anything funny. No. Front. Anything looks funny? No. So that's how you basically do a troubleshoot. You basically want to save the project, so you want to say control. Okay, and then also I forgot to check, lastly, there's one thing that I forgot to check, which is your outside um, length. So you want to check your actual length and what's it. Let's make that 3200. Apply, so that becomes 3200. Okay, let's just zoom in to see if it did change. 3200, 3200. Nothing was affected. Everything looks okay. Everything looks okay. Everything looks okay. And then when you're done with that, just make this 1000 again. See if there's anything affected. Nothing. So when you're done with it, what you want to do now is come here, share, file, save, and then go to a file maybe that you created. I'm just gonna copy that name and then just change the date. Today is the 30th, so 30 or 2907. Okay, let me save it again. Create a new file folder, make that 30, name it square footing, name it square footing, save it in there, and there we go. So then you're done with your footing. Um, so what you want to do is usually you will just go to load into projects if you are working on a project to test it. Um, so sometimes what you do is you come to new project. For now, let's just use architectural. Like I just want to test it to see if it's functioning the way I want it to function. So what I do is I say GR for grid line, and then I draw a vertical one, escape, horizontal one, okay, and then I say I go back there, and then I load into project, and then I place it, and then what I do is I check it out. So I go to my 3D model, and then I want to see if it's working or how it looks like, and then when I zoom in, I see okay, it does look the way I want it to look like. Um, just see realistic. Okay, and then one thing that I forgot, the the material, you have to assign the material as well. Um, so what you want to do now is you want to go back there. Um, you want to go back here, and then what you want to do is you want to, this was in the previous section. Um, let's just close that one that you open now. No, you don't want to save it because you were just testing it out. So now you realize that okay, you still have to do your material. So what you do is you select that. Um, just go to, now we are back into the family. So you select your footing section, and then you what you do is you come to material and finishes, and then you click on that thing there. And then you click here because you're basically going to create a new parameter, and then what you do is you name it. So this is going to be the footing. And you say okay, and then you create another one because you also have a pile cap, and then you say okay, and then you create another one because you also have a pile cap um, head. That's the small section at the bottom, and then you say okay. Because basically you need to know that you have three sections, you have three elements, one, two, three. So the basically now we're only dealing with the footing part. So you click on footing, you make sure that it's highlighted, you say okay, and then what you do is you come here, and then you assign your footing material. So basically you're gonna create a new um, material, and then so when you click there, it's gonna open this, and then you come here, you say create new material, and then you rename. So basically you say concrete, and then you go okay. Wait, so you make sure that you select concrete, and then you come here to your, that's basically your property panel. um, or your browser. So you click on your browser, you come to appearance library, and then you go to concrete, and then you can choose which one you want to insert. So I'm going to choose normal concrete. So you click on the two arrows going in opposite direction, close there, say apply, say OK. After that, you will want to do the same for these ones. You're going to assign that concrete, then you say OK. So now you don't create new materials anymore, it's already created. So you just select them, and now you say apply, and then you say OK. So this is also supposed to change now. Why didn't it change? Okay, so you come here. You first you still have to change. You still have to name it. So that's your pile cap. So you say okay. Let's just select all four, and then material, pile, cap. Okay, and then these ones as well. Select all four, and then pile head. Okay, and there you go. So there you have it. So now you can save it again. Come to this folder, and then just save it the square footing. Um, Save it the square footing, and now what you want to do is after saving it, usually when you save it again, like I'm gonna save it again, save, so that I can show you. When you save it again, what it does is it creates a revision. So this was the previous one, the earlier one, the one with the numbers at the end. It's the earlier one. So if you want to save up space, you feel like it's taking too much space, then you can delete that one. This is the latest one, the one that you saved recently. So basically after that, what you want to do is you want to test it out now. So you're gonna do the same thing again. Come to File, New, and then you say Project. So now we are basically just testing the. We're gonna test it and see if it's um, if we detailed it the way that we want it to be. So after that, what we do is we say we come here, and then we load into project, and then basically we can place it there, and then go to the 3D view and see if it's the way we want it to be realistic. And then we can zoom in, and then we see, okay, it does look the way that we wanted it to be. And then we also have the material and everything in, so then we know everything is good, so we can move on to the next section. Now basically that's how you create a family in Revit. Okay, so picking up from this section, what we also want to do is we also want to create a footing that's a rectangle, that is a rectangle shape. But this footing, what's going to happen is we're only going to have two pile caps. Okay, and then I want to quickly draw a reference plane here, and then just move these ones, move them from here, and then just place it there. And okay, so what I want to do is I want to basically create a footing that's a rectangle. And to do that, we will have to move all of this. Let's just mirror it and then do something like that. Okay, so basically what we want to do now is let's just come here front, we select this, we say filter, check non-structure, we say apply, okay, and we go back there, and then what we do is we mirror it as well, and then there we go. So for now what we do is just delete these ones. Oops. And then we want to delete everything inside uh, the bar. So we delete that. We delete this. Same here. Just take that one out. We delete that as well. Same here, we delete it. Um, I wouldn't want this there. Same for this one. Deleting that. And then what we basically do is we change the length and um, the width. Okay, so basically this is going to be half. So this no longer applies. So I'm going to say divided with 2. Or let's just say the width is going to be equal to copy the length divided with 2. Apply. Say OK. And there we go. So whenever I make this, um, let's say 4,000, that should be 2,000. So I say reference plane. This one I want to make it 1,000. And I select it. And then I mirror it. Same this side. And then what I do is I select those ones. And then I move it. Just zoom in from the center. I move it from the center all the way there. Zoom in. I move it from the center line. Place it there. Okay, I'll check now and see what's wrong here. It's clearly something isn't. Just move it from that point to there. what we do is we mirror it, flip it. So now I have to flip that as well, and then I have to flip that one as well. So when we go to the 3D view, never mind, take that out. See what's happening there. Let's just delete that one. Go dimension, use this one, that one, and that one. EQ. Same with this one, that one, that one, that one. EQ that. Same this side. EQ that one. Same for this one. EQ that one. Let's just see if everything's gonna work according to. If I change the thickness, what's gonna happen? Let's make that 1200. Okay, nothing bad happened. The length, if I make that 3000, that's that. If I make that 3000, what's gonna happen? Um, so 3000, okay, that's okay, and then 1500. So if I then go back, so the height, pilot height, which is that there, just make that 400, apply. Okay, then nothing is happening. Reason why is because it let's just zoom in quickly. This isn't a line, so I have to basically do that, align that, and then lock it. The same with this one, and then lock it. So when we go to pilot again, we change that to 500, apply. Okay, it's supposed to work, it does. So after that, what we do is the length, the pile length, let's make that 100, apply. Okay, we see what happens. Let's go there. So when we zoom in, we made it 100, so it did change to 100. This one, 100, this one, 100, and then the other one, let's just see, 100 as well. So after that, what we do is let's zoom out. So after this, you basically want to check your pile height. So which means if that's 5000, let's make it 4000, apply, and then we see what's gonna happen. So we see that it's not attached, so you have to undo that and then say AL. Then we have to attach this to that one, same for this. Then we say escape this one to that, so we say AL again, then that to that, and then after that what we do is we go and troubleshoot again to see what's wrong. If, for height, let's make that 4000, apply. Okay, So what I do is I go to my 3D view, and then I see that I have two of them. What do I? Okay, and I go back to my front view. AL, reference plane, I lock it. Escape, same. AL again, reference plane, lock it. Escape, change it. Height to 4000. And then apply. And then okay, now it does work. So I'm satisfied with it. After that, what we do is we did check the two, it did work. The width, okay, it did work as well. So we say apply. Okay, everything is working. 3D view, this is how it looks in 3D. We already assigned the material, and what I do is I say file save as, because I want to save this. I don't want to save it, I say save as family, and then what I do is I say rectangle, rectangle, footing, and then I save it. So what I do now is I just open those families that I just created now. I'll open now and say new project, and then what we do is, okay, so what we want to do now is we want to say GR, so we want to quickly load the families to test it and see if it's working. So I'm just going to draw two grid lines, and then what I want to do is I want to basically go to structure, and then because it's footings, then we say we want to load, so we go there to the file that we just created, which is this one, and then I load that one, open, and then I place it, and then the same, I load another family, and then load a family. That one is the square, so I'm gonna load the rectangle now, and I load it. So after this I go to 3D mode, and then I say realistic, and then check if it does. Okay, so what I want to do now is I want to quickly, with this one I see edit, let me just see the thickness, if I make that 800, if it's going to change, because okay, it does change. I thought it wasn't going to change. It's maybe 1000. Okay, so when I zoom in, everything looks okay. Footing families, and the next section, um, or the next elements that I will be creating is a column. So basically what you want to do now is you want to model a column. So we go to metric system, and then we go to column this time. We say open, and after that, what's gonna happen is we're gonna basically draw in. So you have uh, the layout already with the reference planes. Um, so what you do is you come to extrusion, you go to the box shape, and then you draw in the box, and then you extrusion, and then you lock it, you say okay, and then after that what you do is open up your 3D model. um, then what you want to do is you want to say WT again, ZA, and you want to go to your front view as well. You want to extend that all the way up, lock it, and basically You want to say DI. Okay, you don't actually have to do that because it's you don't need to put in a length here because it's by default. You never know the actual length of the column. So if you lock it to the upper level, then it's gonna change your levels by default because you never know your floor height. It might be 2.5, it might be 3 meters. So just lock it to your upper level, and it's gonna change according to the level that you put in. So after that, what you want to do is you want to come here and um, you basically want to check if everything is okay. Your depth, maybe let's say you think you can have a 300 by 300 column. Apply if everything is functioning well, it does. So you don't need to do anything, that's all you do. And then after that, you select your model and then you assign your material. So here what you do is you say column, say okay, and then you say okay, and then after that what you do is you come to your family types, your column, and then you basically say create new material again, and you rename it, and then you call it concrete. And when you're done with it, select concrete, and then you go to your source, your browser, asset browser, and then after that what you do is you click on appearance library. The two arrows going in opposite directions, so you select that and then you close, and then it's loaded, and then you say apply, okay, and now you can see concrete, it's loaded to the column material. You say apply and then you say okay. So after this you can go to realistic, and then you see, okay, let me just zoom out a bit, say ZA, and that's how it looks like. So after that what you can do now is you can basically go to okay, and you first have to say share, because if you don't say share then it won't save, and then when you save it to that new file that you just created, and then you just say okay, one thing that I didn't do was with my property here, what I want to say is the depth should always be equal to the width. So it doesn't matter what, because that's why we call a rectangle a square. So what you do is you say save, and you call it square column, and then you save it, and basically that's it. So you're done now with creating a column. And what you also want to do is you want to test it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say new or project, and then do the same. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw in my grid lines, GR grid lines, and then after that what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to structure. um, this is a column, and then I'm going to say load family, and then I'm going to go to column open, just say height. Let's just say structure column, you want to load it, now load the family, okay. You want to go height to level 2, it's on level, add grids, select, finish, escape, and then you go to zoom out, and you go to 3D model, Okay, so that's how you troubleshoot. Now I know that if I test it in a model, something's wrong. So I'm going to go back and try to see what I made. Why is it doing what it's doing? Just close that. Um, Front. Just make sure that that's. I'll save it again. And come here. See if we do it again, what's gonna happen. Load family. The latest one is that one. Open. Override existing. So let's delete that one. And let's just go to the level 1 columns, vertical, head grid, finish. I go to the 3D model and there we go. So let's just test it again. Level 1 column, head grid, finish, and then see the 3D model, and there we go. So basically I think it was because I didn't pin it, or I didn't lock it to the level. So always make sure you do that.